Hey guys, I am Daisho and I am here to bring you quick tip number 7. This quick tip is going to be about something, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But first, what I wanted to say is I have a couple of updates. So number one, video responses. If you want to leave anytime you ever want to leave a magic video as a video response to one of my magic videos, go for it. I have absolutely nothing against that. But just if you're just a casual viewer, just note that it's not like I'm hand selecting these video responses. So I don't know, maybe they're great videos, maybe they're not as good, but just go for it. Watch those videos if you want to. If you're a magic producer, go ahead, leave video responses. I'll approve them. It doesn't hurt me at all. So figured may as well help you out because somebody just sent me a message and he said thank you so much for accepting my video response, and I was just like, okay, whatever. Doesn't really hurt me at all. So I am completely fine with that. Second tiny little order of business is my friends list is getting kind of full. So on my PS3, it's kind of just like a small little thing that I wanted to talk about. So if you got deleted, because I went on a deleting spree, I just deleted everybody who hadn't signed on for like the past 2 weeks or something like that. So if you got deleted and you're upset, then just send me a message. But what I'm gonna have to do is, if I end up keep getting more and more messages to play with people, then I'm gonna start deleting the people who never message me or who never actually want to play with me or whatever. Because if you're just having me to be on your friends list, then there's no point, and I want to make sure that anyone who wants to play with me can play with me if they want to. That sounded really weird. Okay. Anyway, on to the quick tip. Quick tip number 7 is going to be about stealing guys. Yeah, about stealing guys. So, let's say you're playing the mono blue deck and you have mind control. Well, mind control works really well, but it's interesting if you're playing against a deck that has some equipment. So let's say you're playing against we're going to use the Koth's mono red deck as an example because it has artifacts and enchantments. So let's say you steal Mountain Walker Goblin Mountaineer. That's it. All right. So let's say you steal Goblin Mountaineer and it's equipped with Claws of Valkut, for instance. So Claws of Valkut basically just says, actually I'll just put it right here, so it doesn't matter, you can read it. So basically, you steal the card Goblin Mountaineer, but you didn't steal the enchantment. So technically, the enchantment belongs to your opponent. You now control Goblin Mountaineer, but they control Claws of Valkut. Unfortunately for them, there's really nothing they can do about that because they can't just take the enchantment off. It's just not in the mechanics of Magic. They're not allowed to take the enchantment off. So the enchantment still works for you. But since they control it, it works by how many mountains that they have. So every time they play another mountain, your creature gets a little stronger. So that's just one important thing to note, is that the enchantment doesn't go away, it stays there, and as you play more mountains, then your opponent's creature will get stronger and stronger. Now let's say instead of stealing Goblin Mountaineer with Claws of Valkut, you steal Koth's Courier with, is that what it is? Maybe. With Darksteel Axe equipped to it. So then you all of a sudden you use mind control on that creature instead. And if you do that, then you now control Koth's Carrier, but as the same thing as the other situation, you still don't control Darksteel Axe. The difference between these two situations is now your opponent actually has an option here. They can re-equip the permanent they control, the Darksteel Axe, to one of their creatures. So until they do that, you own it, but it still could be really useful. For instance, let's say they only have one creature out. There's no ability that they can just unequip an artifact. They have to equip it to something. So if they only have one creature out and they put all their equipment on one creature, then you can just take that creature and use their equipment against them. But something really interesting to note, I was playing a game yesterday and I stole somebody's Kitesail Apprentice with Sword of War and Peace on it, and they were at 8 life. I swung in for 8 damage, and they had 1 card in their hand, so I assumed that Sword of War and Peace would deal the 1 damage, and they were at 9 life, so I thought that they would just go down to 0 and die, but that didn't happen. So I don't know if it's just the game messing up, or maybe I'm not understanding the Magic rules correctly, but I would think that Sword of War and Peace's ability would activate. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this update and quick tip. So have a nice day, guys. Bye. 7. Ow, I just bit my tongue. Okay, quick tip number 7. Oh my god, what the